fraternity this annual event. I think on a wonderful day of Teachers' Day, let me wish a very happy Teachers' Day to a teacher. There is a small teacher in all of us, and I acknowledge that. And let me wish all of you a happy Teachers' Day. So it's a great day, a great initiative. And when I was first approached and told to speak on this forum, I was asking Kanakji that, typically I belong to a different segment. But very rightly he said just now also, and what struck me the most was his words that, you being the creator of things, if you explain the process, how you create things before it is actually built, then that is something which creation of wealth is also the equally important, or rather more important topic. And, it can throw a very different out of the box light onto that. तो आप लोग सब creation of wealth में बहुत ज़्यादा active हैं. I am also creating wealth, but in the form of real estate wealth, whether it is for your self-enjoyment or for it is for selling or making profits. But I am very much part of that game. और मुझे लगता है कि आज मैं जो आप सबके साथ में शेयर करने वाला हूँ, that will be something which is my thought process, my design philosophy, but not about the architecture design, but वो journey, मतलब it's a pictorial journey आप सबके लिए with slides, so that it becomes more interesting. And maybe I can convey जो मैं आपको सबको share करने वाला हूँ कि there is a deeper philosophy behind anything that we create, and that is exactly what I thought I should touch base upon. Honestly speaking, I belong to a family which was more on the technology side. My father was a chemical engineer. My mother was MA BEd, and there was nobody who was into any kind of profession like architecture. I'm one of the first architects from my family. And my children, of course, have chosen to go in a different line. My son is incidentally a chartered accountant now, and he is working with a startup which is into retail debts. So I'm, like a little different side of the profession and the world that live in. But yes, I work for people who are day in and day out focusing only on creation of wealth and utilizing their money. So it's a beautiful connect for me to talk to all of you. And I'll be sharing towards the end of my presentation what are my inspirations in terms of the creation of wealth. And one of them being like very initially in 97, 98, I came across, आप लोगों को सबने नाम सुना ही होगा और पढ़ा ही होगा, but फिर भी मैं बताऊंगा, रॉबर्ट कियोसाकी. And he really, taught me the difference between what is an asset and what is a liability. And I think that has played a very great role in my understanding of the projects that I do, and how it plays a role. I also overheard ideas about leadership and collaboration. The previous speaker to me, Mr. Pillai, he was kind of talking about many things. And मैं ये बताऊंगा कि that is also a very, very important thing in my profession, because हम जो भी करते हैं वो अकेले नहीं कर सकते हैं, because our entire focus is on creating which is a built environment, buildings, infrastructure, large scale projects. तो उसके लिए हम जो भी करते हैं वो करने के लिए एक बड़ी टीम लगती है. There are engineers involved, contractors are involved. There are big financial institutions which fund these projects. So there is a different kind of management system is involved. And then we require simple kadiyas and karigars जो अपने हाथ से उसको बनाते हैं. So it's a huge teamwork, and I will also share that how good teamwork can do things during my presentation. The whole idea is to explain during the course of my presentation is to take you through my thought process, because I feel कि कोई भी बड़ी चीज या छोटी चीज करने के लिए हमारा जो internal thought process है, which is there within our own mind, that plays a very big role. So as you know, growth was one of the topic, that from how you grow from small to big, that was a point which was touched upon by Mr. Pillai. So I think that is the way, that is actually essence of the presentation which I am going to show you, because मैं आपको मेरे 3 प्रोजेक्ट दिखाऊंगा. पहला जो प्रोजेक्ट है, that is a project we have done somewhere in Uttarakhand, और वो प्रोजेक्ट हमने सिर्फ 35 लाख रुपए की टोटल आउटफ्लो में किया हुआ है. दूसरा प्रोजेक्ट है जो हमने वेस्ट बंगाल में किया है, इट्स अ 5-star होटल फॉर आईटीसी फॉर्च्यून ग्रुप, और वो इट इज अ पीपीपी प्रोजेक्ट विद गवर्नमेंट ऑफ वेस्ट बंगाल जो 100 करोड़ का है. और तीसरा प्रोजेक्ट जो है वो 2,500 करोड़ का है, जो अंडर डेवलपमेंट है अभी नियर मुंबई. इट इज वन ऑफ द लार्जेस्ट वेयर हाउसिंग, जहाँ पे हम लोग बहुत सारे सामान जो रखा जाता है सिटी के बाहर, वो प्रोजेक्ट है. And the whole idea of showcasing this project is to show you that design philosophy, your internal philosophy, your internal thought processes, how they play a role to tackle various sizes of project, and how you can do something which is like rewarding for everybody. And that's the path I have chosen for my presentation. So with that, I would like to kickstart this my presentation, and I would like to start sharing the screen now. I hope all of you are able to see the screen. So my topic today is design your living and planning. Yeah,
Prashant ji, your screen is not visible.
Okay. So
just share screen and then with the sound.
Yes. I don't know, it's not going. अब हो रहा है? Kanak ji, are you able to see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. So the topic, as you have read in the initial introduction as well as earlier during the conference brochure that you must have seen, it's design your living and planning for tomorrow. So I feel, like as I am addressing to all of you who are into finance and financial investment fraternity, I have learned from Robert Kiyosaki that if you do not have financial freedom to live your tomorrow, then you cannot do what you want to do today well. And that is my learning. I'm sure all of you know all these things, but I'm just saying my thought process. कि मैं ये सीखा हूं कि अगर मेरे पास में आज और कल के लिए फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम नहीं है कि मैं how will I live my life, how will I manage my daily requirements, how will I manage my office, then मैं कोई नई चीज कर नहीं पाऊंगा. I will be what I call in a rat race, and I will not, in Robert Kiyosaki's words, I will not be able to go onto the fast track. तो मुझे जब फास्ट ट्रैक में जाना है, not only for earning money, but to do something more than only earning money, because I genuinely believe in my life that you have to focus on money, but to get money, you have to have something more than a business plan. You have to have a philosophy. So I always tell my children that when Henry Ford said that I want a car for every American, what he meant also was that with that every car that I will make money out of it, and I will earn on that every car. So there is a larger purpose, that he did not say that I want to make a lot of money by making a lot of cars. He said, I want to fulfill that purpose of, making every American comfortable in his life. And that's the message I heard. When our own Reliance Mobile was launched, that their slogan was to give mobile phone technology to everybody. And the message was that, yes, I provide you that technology at a cheaper cost. And in return, I, get that volume and I make that kind of money for myself. And that's the message I learned. And that's I think that is what, I have understood, that you have to have a bigger purpose. Another thing is, example which I really admire is the iPhone. So the simple philosophy for Apple is to, they say that, like business which is driven by design. So they brought in a product which was a very innovative design. And that's why any new iPhone model comes, everybody, even though it costs upwards of 1 lakh rupee per piece, everybody is either buying it or they are dreaming of buying it. And it's simply because it's driven by design. It's not only driven by technology, but there is an element of design. And that is where, I want to talk that when we are thinking of, financial plans, when we are talking of business, it is not only the financial plans or not, it is only the product, but what is the philosophy, what is the design behind it. That has been what has driven me all my life. And I thought that through some of my work, I would like to share that journey. And along the journey, I can talk about what I have done in my life. And I hope that it can resonate with all of you in some way. And we all have a rich experience of this lovely Teachers' Day early morning sessions that we are all here for. So with that, I will just very briefly tell you about myself, and then I will show you these 3 projects which you are seeing on the screen. You can see the smallest project, which is on the right-hand side corner top. Then you can see on the left-hand side corner top, which is another project which I talked about. And the bottom project is the 3rd one. So these are the 3 projects that I am going to talk about. Very briefly, we are, 30-year-old plus firm, which is run by myself and my wife. We both are architects, and we have got a number of clients, including ITC Fortune Group, Sarovar Hotels, L&T Finance, Amazon India, Ajmera Group, Infinity Group, to name the few. And we are focusing on doing various type of projects across India, which can be set in a different bracket. That's what our vision is. We have received more than 25 awards, out of which 12 are international and 13 are Indian. This is more about me. It was my passion to be an architect, and I never knew, that what I will be doing after becoming an architect. But I always loved doing buildings, looking at buildings, and I think that passion has driven me towards this field, and it has kept me going after 30 years. Also, I feel equally excited about doing projects, designing things, and it doesn't burn me out. Even if our industry, as you all are aware, that it's not like stock exchange, which has gone up and up. Real estate has been going up and down, and that definitely affects us. But because you are passionate about it, it keeps you going. I have with me my wife, who is 2 years junior to me, and she is also an architect, and she also has her own way of working, and we work together in our office. Just to give you an idea what was already introduced to, we work across India in different states and cities, and we have also done some work internationally in USA, Muscat, Kenya, Australia. But most of our work is, of course, our home ground is Mumbai, but we are working pan-India and couple of projects outside India also. So typically, coming to the thought processes of my office, so typically, like how you would get a customer or how would approach a customer who would say that I want, whether he wants to do investment or something like that, we get a project. So client approaches us that this is the project that we have. वो प्रोजेक्ट में आगे कैसे बढ़ना है, तो हम लोग का जो थॉट प्रोसेस होता है, आई विल जस्ट वेरी क्विकली शेयर विथ यू. सो project के अंदर there are external parameters. So it is like availability of material and technology. Then we have local regulations. We have clients' requirements कि भाई हमको ऐसा ऐसा चीज करनी है. उनके budgets होते हैं कि these are the budgets in which you have to finish the project. And then there are market forces because client आता है but फिर market ऊपर जाता है नीचे जाता है तो client fast हो जाता है slow हो जाता है. But these are all external parameters. Or this is, I would say, the base level, level C. Then you come down to the level B. So how means it's like, how do I make the difference? So then it comes my philosophy कि मैं ये project में क्या देख रहा हूँ. And I will show you in more detail that how I see it individual project, how I position it, and how finally it impacts the final product. So that is my philosophy. But मैं बोलता हूँ ये base category B में आ गया और उसके ऊपर की एक और category मैंने उसमें add की हुई है. And मेरा vision ये है that whether my project in a big way or a small way is contributing like a building block to building my nation. So building the nation, building the society, benefiting the larger good, जो मैंने आपको बताया, जैसे हेनरी फोर्ड ने सोचा था कि a car for every American. So that was towards building the nation. That's how ये मेरा विजन है कि उसने ऐसे सोचा कि मैं नेशन के लिए ये करूंगा. And in the process मेरा प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेस होता है, मुझे काम मिलता है, मुझे प्रॉफिट होता है. That is also part of that bigger basket. So I added that building the nation, and this is what I tell all my team which is there in the office. Or this is our basic philosophy on which we are going to look at things. And then of course the final design outcome which I shared. Now these are a couple of projects that we have done, which I'm just showing you so that you warm up to my presentation and you also get an idea as to what kind of projects we do. This is just of BKC, which is our suburban business district in Bandra East. And this is a building, commercial building there. This is a 4-star hotel I have done in Mumbai for Sarovar Group. It's called Grand Hotel, which is in Malad. It's a 92-room hotel. This is a project which we have done in Mumbai, which has combination of free sale component as well as free housing for the slum. So we have an SRA scheme in Mumbai, and this is that project. This is a mall which is coming up in Pune on an expressway itself, just on the outskirts of Pune. So this is a project that we are doing there. This is another project next to that mall itself. And this is one of the first mall which I did in Andheri West. And this was completed in 2005. So this is where Star India Bazaar, आप लोगों ने सुना होगा, टाटा का जो enterprise है. This was their flagship store, and I was fortunate to have a lot of interaction with Mr. Noel Tata because he heads Trent. And it was a fabulous experience to learn from him, how humble and how committed he was to creating something. So our journey that becomes very enriched. I mean, I interacted for a long time with Sarovar Hotels promoter, Mr. Anil Madhav. I learned many things from him about the hotel industry and how he created that entire chain, having more than 70 hotels today, or almost 100 hotels now, I think. And what was his design philosophy? So, I had more than 50 meetings with him for that project, and it was a great learning. This is another project we did in Andheri. It's a clubhouse. This is interiors of a mall. This is a large 200-acre township that we are doing in Raipur called Anandam World City. This is an artist impression. This is the actual picture, which is, that Anandam World City, how it is getting implemented phase-wise. These are some of the pictures of, what we have already completed there. There are villas over there, more than 400 villas. This is a daytime picture of those villas. This is a very unique marriage destination I'm doing for Agarwal community in Chhattisgarh. So it's a 6-acre development where, they want to provide good facilities at a reasonable cost to their community or other people also. And this is almost now half complete. This is a private palace I'm doing in central India somewhere. This is one of the clubhouse for a private client which we are doing. This is a private client's clubhouse. This is a building which I have done in Ranchi, Jharkhand, which got us 3 international recognition from London and Australia and Europe. This is a completed project. You can see the picture. This is what we have completed in Ranchi, Jharkhand. It is one of the good projects there which people want to stay. These are some of the pictures of that. This is a rooftop garden of that project. So we try to create lifestyle. So it is why I'm showing you this, because it's not only about good design or interesting things to see on screen, but how we add value to the project and how we create interest. This is a mall which we are completing now in Ranchi, Jharkhand, Mall of Ranchi. This is a hotel which we are doing, and all these projects were big challenge in very different ways and creation of wealth for all our clients. So it is not only what we are. This is a mixed-use development. So lower floors we have created retail and other requirements, and upper floor you have a hotel in city center of Udaipur. This is in Udaipur. So my client's land cost becomes zero, and he only invests into the construction and interiors. So the project becomes feasible. So these are some of the projects which I kind of wanted to show you very quickly. Now, what is my life? So I mean, I have been developing. मेरा जो thought process है, मैं develop करते गया because I love to read self-help books. And आप लोगों में से बहुत लोगों ने नाम सुना होगा इकिगाई ये book का. So I found a very beautiful illustration which I really loved, and I realized कि ये तो मैं इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा believe करता हूँ, and I would just take a minute or two to talk about it. And as you can see on screen, हम लोग life के अंदर बहुत चीज हमको बहुत प्यारी होती है. So that is what we love. It's right on the top. And then, but are we good at it? If I like to watch movies, but can I act in movies? So, but there are certain things which we love and we are good at, and that becomes the passion. And what I love and what the world needs, that becomes the mission. And then what the world needs and what you can be paid for, that becomes the vocation. And what you are good at and what you can be paid for becomes the profession. अब ये सब चीज जब जमा हो जाती है, then you get that feeling of fulfillment in life, and that they call ikigai. हम ये बोल सकते हैं कि you feel, I would say in simple words, आपको लगता है you have in a bliss, you are on top of the world. हम खुश हैं, अंदर से खुश हैं. और मैं ये सब चीज को ये सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस देता हूँ कि क्या मैं इसको लाइफ वर्क बैलेंस को मैं मैनेज कर पाता हूँ या नहीं. And I think that can only be achieved if I have a good financial plan, if I have a good investment, if I have a good mission in my life to do something. ये सब चीज मेरी जब जमा होती है तो ही मुझे वो bliss की feeling आती है. And that is what we have tried to always focus on. अब जो मैं next project आपको दिखाने जा रहा हूँ, वो project जो है, that is what we call Trideva. This is the project which we did.
हेलो.
हाँ जी.
अगर शायद भूल से आपका कैमरा बंद हो गया है, तो ये दो स्लाइड्स ठीक चल रही है, आप अपना जस्ट कैमरा क्लिक कर देंगे ना, तो हम लोग आपको भी देख पाएंगे.
हाँ सर, एक सेकंड. I think I will have to reshare my screen in that case. मैंने बंद नहीं किया है, वो स्क्रीन शेयरिंग में ऐसे हुआ है, but I will try to put this onto the. I'll just stop and I'll do this. There is a different process because I'm.
प्रॉब्लम होता है तो
Just give me a second, sir. I'll just
want to continue this.
क्या बोल?
नहीं, अगर प्रॉब्लम है तो रहने दीजिए. It is also fine. No issues.
नहीं, प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. There will be a little. I will have to just redo something. It will take 30 seconds. So should I take a break and do that? I'll keep talking. No problem.
Yeah, please go ahead, because it will be nice to see your face while you are sharing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So just give me a
I hope, friends, we all are enjoying the sessions. This is one very, very important pillar, and that is Durga. And I thought like we really can connect the way he is connected with so many HNI, so many big projects, small projects, medium projects. We all are also dealing with so many of our clients. So how he is taking care of the client's need, client's requirement. I think similar way we have also to do and manage things like that. So I think it's a big correlation. Only thing is we really need to be very, very attentive. I know this is a very different topic. It's not the normal equity and debt, but it will be very, very helpful. Just relax and watch, and जिस बखूबी और जिस प्यार से और आराम से प्रशांत जी एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हैं, I think it's beautiful.
Thank you, Kanak, for those encouraging words and filling in whilst I was putting this. I think now अभी आप मेरा screen और मुझे दोनों को देख पा रहे हैं, sir. Am I right?
Perfect. Sir. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So जो मैं आपको जो कई बार क्या होता है कनेक्ट जी एंड एवरीबॉडी, हम ये सोचते हैं कि फिलॉसफी एक अलग चीज है और प्रैक्टिकलिटी एक अलग चीज है, और यही चीज मैं आपको बताना चाह रहा हूँ। बिकॉज मेरे बच्चे भी जब मैं उनको कुछ चीज बताता हूँ फिलोसफी को, बोलते हैं कि पापा ये सब आपकी फिलोसॉफिकल टॉक है, but I try to explain to him that there is a much deeper philosophy when you want to succeed on a larger scale, from small to big when we want to grow at whatever. हर आदमी बड़ा ही है, कोई छोटा नहीं होता है, but I'm saying हर एक की अपनी लेवल होती है, तो जो लेवल नेक्स्ट लेवल पे हमको जाना होता है उसके लिए फिलोसफी बहुत समझना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये मेरा बिलीफ है, एंड आई वही मैं आपसे शेयर करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ। आई होप आप उसको मेरे साथ वो सहमत होंगे, ऐसा मुझे लगता है। तो ये त्रिदिवा जो प्रोजेक्ट था, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, ये प्रोजेक्ट पैशन से कैसे आया, मैं वही आपको बताना चाह रहा हूँ कि वे हमारी जो फिलोसफी जैसे इकिगाई की फिलोसफी है। तो माय वाइफ हु इज एन आर्किटेक्ट, उसको नेचर से बड़ा प्यार है, उसको हिल्स में बहुत अच्छा लगता है, उसको ये सब जैसे अपनी चाणक्य की बातें हैं या अपनी जो एंशिएंट बातें हैं, वो सब उसको बहुत अच्छी लगती है। और वो सब चीजों के साथ में जब उसकी एक बेस्ट फ्रेंड है, उसका नाम है मीता, वो बॉम्बे बेस्ड है, तो शी ऑल्सो लव्स माउंटेन। तो वो उससे, बिकॉज शी इज उसकी बेस्ट फ्रेंड, ऑलमोस्ट लाइक अ सिस्टर, तो उसने मीता ने जब बताया कि हेमंती मेरे को एक घर करना है, मेरा ड्रीम है, बट मेरा बजट बड़ा लिमिटेड है, बिकॉज इट्स अ हाउस इन द माउंटेन, मुंबई से हम माउंटेन में जाके कब रहेंगे, क्या करेंगे, तो देयर इज अ लिमिटेशन टू अवर बजट, और ये चैलेंज हमने पिकअप कर लिया। अब ये जो आप देख रहे हैं, सो दिस वाज अ, हम लोग को उसमें बहुत सारी चैलेंजेस थी जो मैं नहीं जाऊंगा, बट आपको इतना बताऊंगा कि इसका टोटल बजट अभी मैं आपको जो दिखाने जा रहा हूँ 35 लाख रुपया में कंस्ट्रक्शन विद इंटीरियर्स किया गया है, लोकल लोगों की हेल्प लेते हुए। और इसके लिए हमको यूएसए से आर्किटेक्चर मास्टर प्राइज रिकॉग्नाइज दिस प्रोजेक्ट। वी डिड नॉट विन, बट वी वर इन द ऑनरेबल मेंशंस, and 8 design awards. We were the runner up for green design category from Italy. So I will just very quickly show you that this is, I will just repeat, this is located, Tridiva is located north of Nainital in a town called Gwaldham के just बगल में एक छोटा सा गांव है, वहां पे ये है। And this you can search on Google search, अगर आप त्रिदिवा करेंगे तो वो now they have put it on saffron stage because they are not going there so often, so they are also renting it out. So this is in Himalayas, and this is an actual picture जो वहाँ completion के बाद लिया। These are the views you get from there during when the sky is clear, because the hills are little far, और स्नो कवर्ड जब स्काई क्लियर होता है, वो एक्चुअल साइट से लिए गए ये पिक्चर्स है। स्नो कवर्ड माउंटेन्स आप देख सकते हो, और ये व्यू जो है विच इज जो इमीडिएटली नीचे, तो ये रास्ते से थोड़ा ऊपर था। दिस वाज एन इनिशियल स्केच वी मेड आउट ऑफ इट। ये उसका लोकेशन है, तो ऊपर जाने के लिए रास्ता भी नहीं था। तो जब ये प्रोजेक्ट आया तो वी रियलाइज कि इसमें तो बहुत कम, जैसे आपके पास कोई छोटा इन्वेस्टर आता है तो आप सोचोगे कि भाई अब छोटा इन्वेस्टर है, उसको मैं कैसे क्या करूं, उसके, तो यू विल फाइंड अ प्लान। सो लाइक दैट वी फाउंड अ आइडिया कि लेट अस कम अप, हम लोग यहाँ पे परफेक्ट काम नहीं कर पाएंगे क्योंकि यहाँ से मुंबई से या कहीं से हम आदमी लोग को नहीं लेके जा पाएंगे, तो लेट अस फाइंड लोकल पीपल। and hence we will have to accept कि जो उनकी खामियां हैं उसको हमको डिजाइन में बिल्ड करना. So we took up a concept of wabi sabi, which says that there is a perfection in imperfection. जो चीज परफेक्ट नहीं है उसके पीछे ईश्वर का कोई हाथ है, जो ईश्वर उसको परफेक्ट बना रहा है हमारे लिए, हमको वो इम्परफेक्ट लगता है. And that is a Japanese philosophy. So we came up with this design and we use all local material, all local artisans, and we created this house. यहाँ पे घर बनाने के लिए सामान भी ऊपर हमको मतलब कार का एक्सेस नहीं, मतलब व्हीकल एक्सेस नहीं था, तो वी हैड टू टेक इट ऑन म्यूल्स. ऊपर गया. दिस इज द पिक्चर. और इसमें हमने बचत कैसे की, तो वी यूज्ड ऑल लोकल मटेरियल, वी यूज्ड वेरी सिंपल थिंग्स, एंड द बेस्ट पार्ट वाज, आई विल शो यू सम पिक्चर्स. दिस विंडोज दैट यू सी, ये सब रिसाइकल, मतलब कि कोई जिसको हम बोलते हैं ना कि सेकेंड हैंड विंडोज है, जो मार्केट में बहुत सारे सेकेंड हैंड चीजें हम बेच देते हैं, तो वी फाउंड दिस सेकेंड हैंड विंडोज and we have fitted this. These are, they look as if this is designed for this house, but ये विंडो कहीं और थी, किसी ने बेच दी थी, तो प्रैक्टिकली हमने वो, हम मुंबई में उसे बोलते हैं भंगार, या तो कबाड़ी वाला आप बोलते हैं, उससे हम लोग बनेंगे. So that's where we built in this value into this project. As you can see, this is the rustic environment where it is constructed. ये गेट भी जो है वो भी हम लोगों ने सेकेंड हैंड यूज किया इसके अंदर. And this is how beautiful it looks. So we felt that sorry, if you have a philosophy, darwaje, everything that you are seeing here, this is all recycled, and you see how beautiful. So all these benches, झूला, ये सब चीज रिसाइकल्ड. हमने उसको खाली साथ में रख के उसको हमने ब्यूटीफाई किया. You see, we have used simple कोटा स्टोन फॉर फ्लोरिंग. कोई ज्यादा खर्चा नहीं किया उसके अंदर. सिंपल ब्यूटीफुल कलर्स, एक्सेसरीज, राइट प्लानिंग, साइंटिफिक थिंकिंग से उसको बनाया गया. यू सी हाउ ब्यूटीफुल दिस 20 फीट लॉन्ग विंडो वी गॉट रेडीमेड, हमको मिल गया. आप देख सकते हैं टेबल्स भी मैच नहीं हो रहे हैं. तो देयर इज अ परफेक्शन इन इम्परफेक्शन, एंड दैट वाज द फिलॉसफी. सो आई फील व्हेन वी कम अप विद समथिंग व्हिच इज, ये देखिए, ये एक बेंच को काट के हमने झूला बना दिया, ये दो दरवाजे को जॉइन करके ये दरवाजा बना दिया. तो वी ट्राइड टू फाइंड सॉल्यूशंस व्हिच वर लिटिल डिफरेंट. एंड हमको सबसे ज्यादा खुशी इस बात की हुई कि जब हमारे प्रोजेक्ट को दोनों इटली से और यूएसए से रिकग्नाइजेशन मिला, और वी फेल्ट दैट जो हमारा पैशन था, एक फ्रेंडशिप थी, एक पर्सनल रिलेशन था, हमने एक ऐसा स्वरूप दिया जो आज भी जब भी हम उसको देखते हैं, करते हैं, तो वी ऑलवेज फील के नहीं, यू नो, यू कैन कन्वर्ट विद द राइट प्रोसेस, यू कैन क्रिएट समथिंग व्हिच इज सो डिफरेंट, एंड इन अ वे एक सेटिस्फैक्टरी फीलिंग होती है. देखिए, ये सब विंडोज हमने इधर यूज की हुई है. फर्नीचर तो किया ही है, फर्नीचर आप देख रहे हैं. इट मे नॉट मैच एग्जैक्टली एज वी नॉर्मली टेंड टू. वेरी सिंपल कंस्ट्रक्शन, but it creates it gives you a good lifestyle. So picture says it all. This was published, Beautiful Houses in India. So this is where I come from, that it's not the money, it's not you know, where you are doing, it's not the finishing जो normally हम चाहते हैं. This is where it is published, and this is what we call Finest Vacation Homes. It was published. You can see this. We got 8 design awards from Italy for this. This is the runner-up that we got. So I think this was one of the project, which is, you can say, a project which with, you know, so you have a investor. So this, you can say, is like this, a project which is 35 lakh rupees के अंदर हमने पूरा काम किया. मतलब हम लोग की फीस तो होती है, not that we were designers, but we help them finish it within 35 lakh rupees with the contractors there. Or it is a feeling of satisfaction, and I think it's, yeah, I always share with my team that जब हम एक लाइन ड्रॉ करते हैं, वो लाइन की वैल्यू 1 करोड़ रुपया होती है. And that is what I would say that adds value. That's the thought process with which you work. Otherwise, it's like, in simple ways, I would say, आप सब financial advisors हैं. So अगर कोई वैल्यू क्या है, तो इट्स लाइक, जैसे मेरी लैंग्वेज में या मेरे फील्ड के लिए मैं बोलता हूँ कि अगर एक पेपर और पेंसिल अगर एक बच्चे को देंगे तो उसके ऊपर वो स्क्रिबल करेगा, आपको समझ में नहीं आएगा उसने क्या किया है. लेकिन वही चीज अगर मैं जावेद अख्तर जी को दे दूंगा, तो he'll write a beautiful poem with that pencil and paper. And if I will give to an artist like M.F. Hussain, he'll create a masterpiece. So material वही है, लेकिन जो फर्क हम करते हैं वो अपने दिमाग से करते हैं. And I think पैसे वही है. अच्छा एडवाइजर जो है, वो उसको, वो पैसे को कैसे राइट वे में इन्वेस्ट करना है, उसका दिमाग है. एंड आई थिंक दैट इज व्हाट व्हाट माय डिजाइन फिलॉसफी इज. मैं आपको एक और चीज बताना चाहूंगा कि टिपिकली इट्स अ टीम वर्क. So as you can see, this is how a project comes. And अभी मैं आपको जो एक 100 crores का मेरे क्लाइंट का जो प्रोजेक्ट मैंने डिजाइन किया, वो आपको दिखाना चाहूंगा कि हम how we handle a larger project. And this is how our team is. But it's not only us. There is a lot of things. There is a finance, user, admin, government. Then there are various contractors involved. So हमारे साथ में जुड़े हुए लोग बड़े बड़े होते जाते हैं. And we have to build that team and we have to work as a team जब हमको कोई बड़ी चीज करनी होती है. And that is what I am trying to show you with this slide, that it's always, it grows when there are so many people. I will not go into the technicalities, but it keeps on growing. And there is another thought process which I want to share, that हम जो भी चीज करते हैं उसको हम responsibly करते हैं. So I always say, what is responsibility? That if my response is able, then I am responsible. And I always believe that responsibility is something which is the crux of the matter. So if I am doing a responsible design, then it goes radiate hota hai. As a responsible advisor, if you understand the need of a customer, it radiates into his life. It impacts. So for us, it impacts the quality of product. It impacts the cost of the product. कितने टाइम में होगा, वो प्रोडक्ट का इम्पैक्ट यूजर पे क्या होगा, वो सब भी उसके अंदर आता है. And eventually it benefits everybody. So there is a profit which is, a good profit which comes out of it because I am responsible. But if I become only profit centric, which I want to show, हमारी डिजाइन फिलोसफी में हम उसको ईगो सेंट्रिक बोलते हैं कि मैं सब मेरे लिए कर रहा हूँ, मैं सिर्फ प्रॉफिट के लिए कर रहा हूँ. So it pulls out everything from people who are around me. So quality, I can pull down a quality if I'm only looking at profit. I may pull down the cost if I'm looking at it. I may pull down the deadline का जो, not in terms of deadline, it will increase the deadline, but I will, performance of a deadline I can pull down and impact. और उससे क्या होगा कि अगर मेरी कॉस्ट कम है तो वो मेरा परफॉर्मेंस जो है, अगर मैंने राइट अमाउंट इन्वेस्ट नहीं किया, अगर मेरा प्रॉफिट ही सिर्फ मतलब रहा, तो उसका एंड प्रोडक्ट जो है उसके ऊपर उसका परफॉर्मेंस पे इम्पैक्ट होगा, यूजर पे इम्पैक्ट होगा, प्रोजेक्ट पे इम्पैक्ट होगा, एंड इवेंचुअली इट विल इम्पैक्ट द overall built environment in a larger sense, and it will impact the neighborhood, it will impact the state, country, and eventually earth. That is the global vision I would say that I look at. And this is a project which we did. This is it's an ITC Fortune Park Hotel at Durgapur in West Bengal. It's about, it's a mixed use project in partnership with public-private partnership with government of West Bengal. And it's most iconic building in Durgapur. Durgapur is an industrial city. आप लोगों ने सुना होगा West Bengal में. After Calcutta, it is the second largest city. And this project is done. The total outflow for my client was about 100 crores. So this is the next level which I wanted to And there were multiple things which I wanted to achieve in this. This is one of the, so here we have achieved what we call green building rating होता है, उसमें हमने platinum rating achieve किया है, which is first for any building outside Calcutta in West Bengal. So it is a larger good that you are looking at very quickly. Yeah, this is the finished product that you are seeing on your screen. These are some of the images which I am sharing with you. This is a rooftop swimming pool. You can see the industrial town from the rooftop. और उसके आजू बाजू जब मैं वहां पे गया तो ये सब चीजें थी. इट वॉज एन इंडस्ट्रियल सिटी. तो वहां जाके एक विजन करना कि भाई ये चीज में यहाँ पे हम कुछ अच्छा कर सकते हैं. आई थिंक दैट इज वेयर यू नो दैट एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप कम्स इनटू पिक्चर, जो हम बातें कर रहे थे और आपके कई स्पीकरों ने बताया इसके बारे में. व्हाट इज एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप? मैं इसे एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप बोलता हूँ, एक विजन बोलता हूँ कि आप कैसे जहाँ पे कुछ नहीं है वहां पे आप जंगल में मंगल कैसे बना सकते हो. तो मतलब जो आदमी सोच नहीं सकता आप उसको ऐसे फाइनेंशियल रिटर्न दे सकते हो, उसको सही रास्ता दिखा सकते हो. एंड आई थिंक दैट इज द ट्रू लीडरशिप क्वालिटी हियर. यू नो आपका सप्तंगा के ऊपर से मेरे को बहुत कल याद आ रहा था जब मैं ये प्रिपेयर कर रहा था. सो हियर ईच फ्लोर ऑफ माय देयर इज अ मिक्स यूज ये बिल्डिंग के अंदर. सो देयर इज अ रिटेल एज वेल एज होटल एंट्री ऑन द ग्राउंड फ्लोर, सेपरेट एंट्रेंसेस. एंड देन वी हैव 7 फ्लोर्स व्हिच आर ऑफिस फ्लोर्स. तो हर एक ऑफिस फ्लोर को हमने बिजनेस फिलोसॉफी के जो अच्छे प्रिंसिपल्स है उसके नाम से हम लोगों ने फ्लोर को दिया है. तो फ्लोर ऑफ इंटीग्रिटी, फ्लोर ऑफ ट्रांसपेरेंसी, फ्लोर ऑफ पॉजिटिविटी, ऐसे करके हर एक फ्लोर को नाम दिया है हमने. सो दैट एवरी डे दे गो फॉर बिजनेस ओवर देयर, उनको उसमें से एक मोटिवेशन आए. दीज आर सम ऑफ द चैलेंजेस व्हिच वी हैड. हमने कैसा था ये आप देख रहे हैं. दिस वाज व्हाट बिफोर इट वाज बिल्ट. These are the, it's a very beautifully planned industrial township. And you know हम लोगों ने सोचा था कि वहाँ के लोकल लोगों के साथ हम कैसे जुड़े. So ultimately connecting with the roots where we go. ऐसा नहीं कि मैं मुंबई से गया और मेरे हिसाब से सब करके आ गया. So we studied Bishnupur, which is there. You can see the temples of Bishnupur. उसका कलर हमने अडॉप्ट किया है, मटेरियल अडॉप्ट किया है. We got inspired by the form of Bishnupur temples, which are very beautiful. I was inspired by Ravindranath Tagore, जो यहाँ से शांति निकेतन सिर्फ 30 किलोमीटर की दूरी पे है. So I was inspired. I have used the inscription of Gitanjali verses on my facade. बिल्डिंग के फसाड में मैंने यूज किया. So I tried to connect. माँ दुर्गा जो दुर्गा पूजा के लिए फेमस है, उसका मेरा आर्टिस्टिक इम्प्रेशन जो मैंने फसाड में यूज किया. ये होटल का इंटीरियर है. When you enter the entrance lobby of that hotel, this is a 4 stages of marriage, which is a local thing which we have adopted. जो ट्रेडिशनल बंगाली वेडिंग है उसको हमने अडॉप्ट किया इसके अंदर. और ये ब्यूटीफुल लोकल आर्टिस्ट है. ये हमने नाकुड़ा करके जगह है विष्णुपुर के बगल में, वहां से हम लोगों ने आर्टिस्ट को बुला के ये पूरा, देयर आर नंबर ऑफ टाइल्स which is forming this mural which is so beautifully done. और ये जो थॉट प्रोसेस था कि मुझे लोकल कल्चर हाउ इट ट्रांसलेट्स इनटू बिजनेस, वो मैं आपको दिखाना चाहूंगा आगे. दिस इज द रेस्टोरेंट दैट इज देयर. ये हम लोगों ने वहां पे जो लोकल विश्व बांग्ला जो यूनिवर्सिटी है रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर ने शुरू की, उधर के आर्टिस्ट को बुला के हमने ये ब्रॉन्ज के स्कल्पचर्स करवाए. एंड माय विजन वाज टू डेडिकेट समथिंग टू द सिटी ऑफ दुर्गापुर. सो दिस इज द steel 16-foot steel statue which I have dedicated to city of Durgapur in the form of design, because it's a PPP project. मेरे client खाली पैसा नहीं कमाना चाहिए, he has to give it back to the city, and I will show you that how nation building we try to incorporate. So if you will see this city street in front of it, this is the left side of the city and this is the right side of the street. आप दोनों को देखिए, लेफ्ट में देखिए, राइट में देखिए. So I said no, हमारा बिल्डिंग के अंदर जो आएगा, it is not only about the what I get for my client inside the building, but it's normal आदमी जो सिटी में चल रहा है, he should also feel कि गवर्नमेंट ने या ये डेवलपर ने हमारे लिए कुछ किया. So we beautified it, we created some space where यहाँ पे लोग बैठ सकते हैं. This is not restricted, it is open for everybody. We beautified this entire area. And ये वो एरियल व्यू आप देख सकते हैं कि मैंने कैसे स्ट्रीट को बाहर जो एडॉप्ट किया, जो नो मैन्स लैंड था उसको मैंने एनहांस किया. एंड आई ट्राई टू गिव इट बैक टू द सोसाइटी. दिस इज, यू कैन सी माय गेट. ये गेट के बाहर का एरिया आप देखिए एंड यू विल गेट एन आइडिया व्हाट वी हैव ट्राइड टू डू. and what is existing in opposite side. So you can compare. These are some of the more images. This is the back of the house area. Anything which is there for guest, uska back of the house area jahan uske log kaam karte ho, agar wo acha nahi hai, so that is not good. So we have to, it's inside out. So everything, kitchen आप देख सकते हैं, उसका inside of the, जो normally यहाँ पे कोई जाता नहीं है देखने, but मैं आपको दिखा रहा हूँ कि this is where the actual food is prepared and everything is spick and span. In fact, Fortune has said this is one of the best back of the house area. Every time I go there, वहाँ के मुझे सब काम करने वाले बोलते हैं साहब आपने हमारे लिए इतनी अच्छी व्यवस्था दी है कि हमको नहीं तो बहुत सारे होटलों में अंदर हमारे लिए कुछ नहीं होता है, खाली गेस्ट के लिए बाहर होता है. So I think this is where a great team builds up, and this is where, you know, we can all work together. Or, you know, when you do something with a deeper commitment to the project, so we got an award in Singapore for Berg Real Estate Design Award. We also got, and this is what my message is, that every team member contributes towards success. And it is always in team that we all succeed together. This was a larger message I wanted to convey also. जो मेरी डिजाइन फिलोसॉफी थी वो देखिए कैसे इट बिकेम इनटू मार्केटिंग. द होटल एस्थेटिक्स जो हम लोग ने डिजाइन किया फीचर्स वेरियस लोकली सोर्स आर्टिफैक्ट्स एंड वॉल आर्ट टू ऑफर ट्रिब्यूट टू द कल्चर ऑफ वेस्ट बंगाल. एंड the must see lobby wall mural designed by an artisan from Shantiniketan depicts the various stages of quintessential Bengali wedding. So this thing was picked up by the marketing team of Fortune Hotels, and they started publishing it like that. This is, I just happened to see in one of the in-flight magazines, so I have just put it, that how our thought processes impact. This is a design award which we won in Italy for the same project. These are, of course, the credits for my entire team. It is everything that you ever do is always a teamwork, and मैं हमेशा मानता हूँ कि हमको सबको credit देनी चाहिए. So this finishes my second. This is my third project, which I will now quickly take further because of now we are short of time. So this is Arihant World near Mumbai. This is one of the most ambitious private development in terms of warehousing facilities, and this has just started construction. This is 750 acres. It has got typically this is how warehousings are, and I said I don't want a warehousing which is like this. I want to do something. So I had budget constraint. I had all the problems that any designer would have. It is not that my client has a lot of money and he just can spend anything I tell him. But this is the futuristic design, which is green, environmental friendly, which will, and it is makes business sense. So we have got 750 acres with more than 200 acres of rooftop. So I suggested to him that let us install solar panels for electrical generation on top of those 200 acres of rooftop, and let us upload that electricity into the local grid. So we don't waste money on installing batteries for storage of it. We sell it to the Maharashtra State Electricity Board, and with a 50 paisa difference, we can buy it back. But practically in 50 paise per unit, you will get that electricity. Only you have to buy it back at that nominal cost. So everybody over here will benefit. And we will use the water and everything, which we have done in most of our projects, we do it. So as you can see, this is the, you know, when you think of a greater good, and that is where my thought was that if you plan for your living for tomorrow, then only you can plan for your tomorrow. And this is how I wanted to convey to you that how over tomorrow we can plan not only in private development but also for large scale professional development, and you know, like creating wealth for us as well as people who are connected with us. Here, as you can see, these are some of the achievements. We have got an award in this for Artist in Concrete Design Awards in large industrial project category, and everybody tells me कि हम सोच नहीं सकते हैं कि you can have this kind of private warehousing project. This is done. Our client is Arihant Corporation, which is based. They are into warehousing projects in Bhiwandi, which is near Mumbai. So this is the award that we got for this project. And this is again coming back to our responsibilities and the larger philosophy that, you know, Earth is one big country and mankind is its citizen. This is the design philosophy. Agar main usse kaam karta hu, then, you know, by design, I can create a lot of wealth. And I have an option, you know, as a designer or as a professional, whether I want the left side of the earth, which you can see in the picture, or I want the right side of the earth, which you can see in the picture. And I think this is how one can visualize not only your own life, not only philosophies, but your own work, जो अपने अपने respective field में है. Very quickly, what I have learned from Robert Kiyosaki, which is Rich Dad Poor Dad, many of you must have learned. But some of the things which I really loved about this man, I'm going to repeat. Learn to listen. कोई बोलता है उसको सुनो. As a professional, people expect कि मैं बोलूँगा, लेकिन I always learned. I learned a lot of things when I was doing my first hotel, and I think if I would not have listened to people, I would not have done what I could do. Pay yourself first, which I always believe. If I am taken care of well, then I can deliver better. Luxuries जो है वो last आती है. Reduce expense and liabilities, जो हमारा conventional Indian thought process है. Aim for more valuable assets. Be in control of your emotions. Don't be too emotional. Be rational. ये मुझे को बहुत help किया life में. Work to learn. Don't work for money. This is my mantra of life. Yes, money is 100% there. कोई सब उसमें discussion ही नहीं है. But उसके साथ में मेरा learning होना चाहिए, and that is my mantra. You become what you study. So I have to keep on expanding by talking with all of you, by listening to other speakers. I have to learn, and that's what I have all done my life. I'm continuously doing. Reinvest excess cash. My personal story or my personal whatever little bit I have achieved is purely because I have tried to follow what Robert Kiyosaki taught me through his books and his audio books in '97. It has really helped me. And the most important thing is to be with smart people like Kanak ji and all of you, because when you are with such smarter people, then you learn so many things from them. And I think that's the key to success for me. Another book which has been part of me, it's part of my DNA, is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and which tells me about this, about Stephen Covey. I have been reading it for last 20 years. Number of times I have read it. And be proactive. कोई बोले उसकी राह मत देखो, जो अपने को करना है खुद करो. Begin with the end in mind. मुझे end में क्या बताना है, क्या करना है. The last day of my life, the last breath of my life, what is the feeling I want? That I try to connect to what I'm doing today. It's very difficult, very challenging for all of us, but try to do it. Put first things first. जो important है उसको पहले करो. Think win-win. सिर्फ मैं मेरा नहीं सोचता हूँ, मैं आप सबका सोचता हूँ, तो ही हम साथ में जुड़ सकते हैं. Seek first to understand. मैं आपको नहीं समझूंगा तो आप मुझे समझने का टाइम भी नहीं निकालेंगे. Synergy. आप और मैं क्या साथ में मिलके कर सकते हैं वो देखो, और हमेशा अपने आप को sharpen the saw, मतलब अपना knowledge, अपना thought process, अपना product, अपना professional work या अपनी team को हमेशा sharp करते रहो. So this is another thing. And lastly, I want to say I would really recommend, please read this book called The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. This is one small book which you can finish in 1 hour. It is always there with me when I'm traveling, because if I feel low, I'm sure हमका low phase हम सबका आता है, but law of potentiality, इसमें मैं सीखा कि अगर मेरे में desire, if I want that, I want to buy a Mercedes, भगवान ने मेरे को capacity दी है, मैं Mercedes buy कर सकता हूँ. अगर मुझे लगता है कि I want to travel the world, भगवान ने मुझे कैपेबिलिटी दी है कि वो मैं पैसे कमा सकता हूँ. अगर मुझे लगता है कि I want to make 10 crores in next 3 years, ईश्वर ने मुझे वो कैपेसिटी दी है. So if you have the desire, the capacity is already given to us. Just believe in it. Law of giving. If I want joy, I have to give you joy. अगर मैं आपको कुछ दूंगा नहीं तो मुझे ईश्वर कुछ नहीं देगा. Law of karma, जो हम सब जानते हैं इंडियन फिलोसॉफी में, हम लोग जो जिसका बीज लगाएंगे उसका ही झाड़ उगेगा. अगर हम अच्छा बीज लगाएंगे तो अच्छा ही झाड़ उगेगा. लेकिन अगर हम सोचेंगे कि भाई मैंने तो एक ऑर्डिनरी बीज लगाया लेकिन मुझे उसमें से आम पान चाहिए, वो कभी नहीं मिलेगा. लॉ ऑफ लीस्ट एफर्ट. everything happens. You just have to adjust yourself to what is happening around us. हम लोग बहुत रेजिस्टेंस, एटलीस्ट मैं मेरी बात करूं, हम बहुत बार सोचते नहीं है ऐसा ही होना चाहिए, लेकिन जो नेचुरल फ्लो में जा रहा है उसमें जाएंगे और हमारे साथ में जो दिमाग में है उसको करते जाएंगे तो उसमें से वो ग्रोथ होता है. ये मैंने बहुत महसूस किया है. सो आई एम शेयरिंग विथ यू, ऑल ऑफ यू. लॉ ऑफ इंटेंशन एंड डिजायर. अगर मेरे दिमाग में एक चीज आई है, जैसे बहुत सारी चीजें हैं कि मुझे ये करना है और उसके ऊपर मैं फोकस करता हूँ, तो अल्टीमेटली उसमें से जो मैं चाहता हूँ आता है। हो सकता है मैंने सोचा होगा कि 1 महीने में आएगा, हो सकता है वो 12 महीने में आएगा, बट वो आता ही है। आई हैव टू बी देयर एंड टू, वी शुड नॉट बिकम ओवर ऑब्सेस। लॉ ऑफ डिटैचमेंट, मैंने मेरा कर्म कर लिया, अगर उसमें से अगर कुछ मेरे प्लान के हिसाब से नहीं हो रहा है तो वो ईश्वर के प्लान के हिसाब से हो रहा है, और मैं ईश्वर के सामने झुक जाता हूँ, तो ऑटोमेटिक वो चीज जब होनी है तब हो ही जाती है। एंड आई थिंक द लास्ट थिंग इज लॉ ऑफ धर्मा। एवरीवन हैज अ पर्पस एंड अ यूनिक गिफ्ट इन दिस वर्ल्ड। छोटे से छोटा आदमी, एक चींटी भी जो है उसका एक लाइफ में पर्पस है, और उसको मुझे रिस्पेक्ट करना चाहिए कि उसका वो पर्पस है। वो ना चींटी छोटी है ना हाथी बड़ा है, हाथी अपना काम कर रहा है, चींटी अपना काम कर रहा है। तो वो चीज को जब मैं बैलेंस करता हूँ और उसको दोनों को मैं इक्वल, जो मुझे रिस्पेक्टिव देना है वो देता हूँ, तो आई एम इन अ हार्मनी विद नेचर। So these are some of the philosophies which I wanted to share, because this is very much part of me. Besides reading Bhagavad Gita, which I have read for 28 years, every single day, one small chapter of pocket Bhagavad Gita, which is you can say it is very much part of my thought process, very much part of me, and very much part of my whatever you may say. So with this, I would like to say thank you to all of you. And I think it's we all together from different fields together, we can create a beautiful earth for all of us and leave a legacy for our next generation. All the best to you, and thank you so much.
Phenomenal, sir. Phenomenal. It was like awesome. Friends, I think we all have loved and enjoyed the session. And actually, I forgot today in the morning also, and now also, to write the learning on the walls. So that is something, one more thing which we all are following. So by the time we have this vote of thanks, I will just request you all to write it on the wall. The wall is now there in front of you. Okay, and I hope the link is also available. Nishant can actually put in the link. So this is one more thing which we usually do after the presentation. Yeah, friends, so you can just scan and write what you have learned from this session, and what is that? Yes, great. So please keep writing, because शब्द नहीं है सर, शब्द नहीं है। एब्सोल्युटली ललित जी, सही कहा आपने। और कितनी सरलता से और कितने प्यार से लग रहा है, जैसे कि एक बच्चे को समझाते हैं आप लोग, आपने सर वैसा किया। एंड फिनोमिनल। मे आई रिक्वेस्ट मिस्टर डेविड, इफ यू आर देयर, प्लीज टू गिव अ वोट ऑफ थैंक्स। डेविड जॉन, डेविड, प्लीज अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ। डेविड, डेविड प्लीज अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ। या जीतलाल प्रजापति जी गोरखपुर से, एनी वन ऑफ यू। जीतलाल जी, जीतलाल प्रजापति जी, या सर, अ वोट ऑफ थैंक्स टू सर।
सर, ये तो हमारे लिए, हमारी फैटर्निटी के लिए इतना अद्भुत चीज था कि हमने कभी सोचा नहीं था कि जिस प्रोफेशन में है आप, वो हमारे लिए कितना बेनिफिशियल हो सकता है। तो जो आपने बताया, ये तो हमारे लिए बहुत ही ग्रेट लर्निंग है हम सभी भाइयों के लिए। और हम सब अपने प्रोफेशन में आपके बताए हुए, जैसा आप ये पिलर बता रहे थे, जितने भी 7th पिलर इकिगाई के बारे में, और स्टेप बाय स्टेप कैसे बिल्डिंग करना है सोच के 100 ईयर आगे के लिए, ये जो भी हमारी मिसिंग है वो सब आपसे लर्निंग लेके हम सब भी पूरा करेंगे। और जो लेसन आपने दिया इसके लिए आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Janak ji. And if I can just come in for a second, there were some questions, Janak ji. If anybody wants any information, please connect them to me, either on a phone or on email, because there were some questions which were being asked. So I'm sorry I'm not able to answer them individually some contact details of developer, etc., location, so I can clarify if anybody is genuinely wanting to anything.
So if you can share your contact details, there was one page where your email address and number were written. If you can share that sheet, I think people can just have a link to that and they can connect with you. But on behalf of Financial Freedom Fraternity, Economic Times, we thank you, Prashant ji, for your time and for the sharing, the beautiful way you shared. Thank you so much for that. Really, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
एक बार वो बस स्लाइड एक बार डाल देंगे या कुछ लिख दीजिए चैट बॉक्स में, so that no we can.
Yeah, I'll just put it up. I'll just put it up. I'll put up my mobile number and I'll put up my email ID, sir.
Absolutely. So friends, if we all can really connect the passion, पता नहीं सर के जितना पैशन हम लोग अपने बिजनेस में उतनी गहराई में ला पाएंगे कि नहीं ला पाएंगे, पर आई थिंक सीखने की बात यह है कि अद्भुत, यस मनोज जी आपने सही कहा, अद्भुत, एंड वी ऑल कैन एक्चुअली learn, and if we can, with this much of dedication, if we can do things, I think there is no looking back. And sir, this is what everybody has learned from your session. I think people are still writing, and most of ज्यादातर लोग awesome लिख रहे हैं. एक ही शब्द अगर कई बार यूज होता है तो वो बड़ा होते जाता है. So आपके lesson, creativity, सब लोग, many people have learned about creativity, responsibility, teamwork, dedication, awesome, making world a beautiful place, customization, and plan for small and big, self-belief, so many things in one session, environment, passion, designer of humanity, ikigai, and so many things, sir. बहुत सारी चीजें. I will share this slide with you. That this is what we have learned from the session, so that you can actually have a copy of that. And yes. Now, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I have already shared my details in the chat box, Janak ji. So, general chat में मैंने डाल दिया है. So, people can. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, friends, with this.